talk about Lloyd and his whole situation going on in season 4, because first of all, him not passing the whole like test and everything, him doubting himself the entire time, I think on a rewatch it makes sense why he didn't pass. But when you watch it for the first time and you're like, why didn't Lloyd pass? Like, that makes no sense. Why wouldn't he pass? He stood up to Lloyd, like his evil version of himself. Like, why didn't Lloyd pass? I think, this is my personal thought, that Lloyd, when evil Lloyd was talking to Lloyd, he was talking very like Harumi, which could be a really cool thing to think, like Lloyd, like an evil part of himself, is talking like someone he used to really care about, and find out that they didn't care about him at all, which, if that's what they were trying to show, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. It's pretty cool. But also, I think how it's pretty nice how Lloyd, like, he didn't pass the test. I think that's a cool thing that they included of him not passing the test, because it's like, you know, having the characters win every time, even that it's Ninjago and they don't have to win every time. Like season 8, they didn't have to win. Season Seabound, they won, but they did lose someone. So I don't know if you count that as a win. Rebooted, won, but lost someone. I don't know if you count that as a win. But you know, there's been times where the ninja lost. And Lloyd getting a new form for losing is something that you wouldn't expect, because I think Lloyd passed but also lost at the same time, because I think he passed on the end portion. I think he passed on standing up to his evil self and telling some stuff that it's okay that mistakes happen, but also still believing partly, and that's, I think, that he still believes everything that evil Lloyd said could be, like, they're ninja. You know what I mean? It's not Lloyd's first time standing up to someone he cares about or knows about more than the average villain. And he still could stand up to that person, but it doesn't mean that he's still not afraid of that person, or he doesn't think of that person. Standing up to someone is way different than still thinking about that person, still caring for that person. It's way different. And I think Lloyd passed on the sense, when you think about Lloyd passed to stand up to evil Lloyd, but he didn't pass through, he didn't pass because he still believes partly. Anytime evil Lloyd asks Lloyd a question, he's like, I know, or just annoys the question or tries to explain why. And I think that's part of him still believing it. He says I know because he believes everything evil Lloyd is saying. It's not like he's hearing the thing happen and he's like, no, I don't believe that. He's fully believing in that, and he's even saying it by saying I know, or like trying to explain himself. You can see that while evil Lloyd is talking to him. And I think when evil Lloyd reaches out for a sword and wants to hit Lloyd, but I think evil Lloyd knew that for Lloyd it's going to hurt more just for him to talk and know how much Lloyd hates all the mistakes he did in his life. He just hates that. He hates that he got close with Harumi. He hates how he let Eren go with Roz. He thinks it's his fault. And I think for a main character, kids shows always are obsessed with making the main character traumatized, which, I mean, sure, why not? Eren's gonna get some trauma from Roz, but okay. Except that, I think that Lloyd still blames himself for all of that, and evil Lloyd just made him look at it further, and I think that's why he failed. And I think I know I'm saying I think a lot, but I think, okay, but just ignore all the I thinks I've said in this video. But I think that Lloyd when he got his dragon form for the reason that he confronted Lloyd, for the success of confronting Lloyd. He did not get his dragon form for still believing that. That's why I think maybe because he was older, he got a different form. I don't know if his form is stronger or less strong than the other dragon, not dragon, other masters of life. You know, did they have a stronger form because they believed in it, or like because they were younger? We never know if Lloyd got a stronger form or a weaker form. He just got a form, you know, which, okay, that, like, I don't mind form, I just was wondering. But I just think it was perfect for him to fail, to show that he can still fail but also still be successful. He can pass this, but he can pass this, but it doesn't mean, you know, he can pass this and he can not succeed, but he can fail this and also maybe still succeed. Like, it's something that I think you could look at and you could be like, yeah, I could fail at something, but then that fail could help me with another thing, or I could get this whole dragon form and him getting that whole power up and unleashing his utter potential. I don't know if him failing that would that unleashed his utter potential, but does that mean he has even more than just two potentials now? I just want to see in season 4 Lloyd still having evil Lloyd in his head, still thinking about it, because he didn't mention it, evil Lloyd and the other Lloyds, or the Lloyd he skipped over, to anyone else. He just didn't mention them. And I think that maybe Lloyd's gonna want to redo the trial because he heard the Source Dragons tell him he didn't pass, and maybe Lloyd's gonna think, I might get a better form if I pass. This is what I got for not passing the trial. What if I do it again, and then I could get an even better form? And I would just like to see maybe Lloyd having one of those nightmares like he had in season 2 part 1, where he just thinks about evil Lloyd and he thinks about how much he might be right. And I just think that would be really cool to see, and something to explore Lloyd's past, give him more trauma, because that's what Lego likes to do. And you know, I just think, you know, especially if they had, I would really like if they had no villain except, I forgot their name, the ones with the masks, except the ones with the masks, and they don't know about them until like episode 5, halfway through the season, and then they're going to be like, wait, Sora's parents, they're working with them, and like we just have this whole mystery going on for like the 5 episodes, just the monastery. Well, like maybe Jay goes to the administration. I don't know. I just think Lloyd having to explore that whole part of evil Lloyd and still affecting it would be really cool to see. I also would really like season 4 part 2, even that way, like the you know, it's gonna come at, like, at the point when it's gonna come out, it's probably gonna be like closer to the 16th anniversary than the 15th anniversary of Ninjago. I still would, unless it leaks. Please don't leak. Please, Lego, please do not leak Dragons Rising season 4 part 2. We can stop this trend at 2 leaks, okay? We can do that, right? Lego, we can do that. Please, can you do that? Okay. But yeah, you know. But I would really like to see like Lloyd just thinking about evil Lloyd, thinking about Moro, thinking about Harumi. Please give Harumi a mention. Evil Lloyd thinking like Harumi, I think was a great idea to do. Imagine you, like, I don't have this, but I know some people do. They have like a good shoulder and an evil shoulder telling them what to do. And I don't have this, but I heard my mom has it. And you know, it's kind of crazy. Imagine the evil person telling you what to do is just like, I don't know, someone like evil in your life. Like, let's say, oh, it's that teacher you hate, and they just tell you evil stuff to do in your head, and you're like, why am I hearing evil stuff told by my teacher? Like, it's, I just think word again. There's that word. That's how you know. That's how you know. I barely can speak English. Yeah. So that would be a cool idea. I'm trying to use the word I think in this video not many more times. Hope you liked it. Bye.